All right. So the stream should be on right about now. I'm not sure. There's still no view count. It should be 0, but currently it's like minus. Essentially, it means there's no information for that. I would guess. Yeah. Okay, there we go. So this right about now, right? And I should probably turn on this widget thing too, maybe. No, not this one. Media source, exactly this one. So yeah, as I was saying something earlier. As I was saying, I'm listening to the Sneeko team song, which is Mr. Brightside by The Killers. Pretty good song too. Jealousy and turning saints. Okay, yeah, and I'll skip this one. No, no, no. I'll watch some videos too. I'm gonna talk about the Tate brothers, right? These fuckers are like evil, and there's a reason. There's actually a reason for them being evil too. They're like that actually disgusting people. And hold on, they like hurting people. They like hurting women. They hate women, in fact, and they talk about it openly too. These two are degenerates, disgusting vermin degenerates, and these and they actually can't. I think they're actually psychopathic. Uh, it's also interesting how, and also they have this whole minor pedophilia thing going on with them right now, which I'm not really surprised. These fuckers would do anything, and it's actually kind of sad. It's actually kind of a sad situation, which I'll talk about soon. Actually, just right now. What was it? Oh, right, this video. This is fucking creepy as fuck. Tristan Tate used his wife, the mother of his daughter, to pimp out as a cam whore. He would manipulate her into the lifestyle as he had affairs and victimize other women with his brother. Jesus Christ. And I also just learned about this. Um, like, apparently, their father, the Tate brothers' father, was very abusive. They would like lock them in dark rooms. Like, yeah. And also was like physically abusive towards not to just them, but like to their mother as well. Like these fuckers are just insane, insane. It's disgusting. Look at this video. I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but actually you shouldn't see this video. But you know what? Sometimes you just gotta see it. And I'm not sure how to get it on the screen. Uh, there's a feature with Firefox window. Wait, no, pop out video Reddit. Is that possible on Reddit? Oh, picture in pictures, I think what it's called. There we go. I'm not sure how to get this on picture to picture. That'd be great if I could. I don't think I can though. Oh, it says Reddit is now full screen. Can you guys see it? I don't think so. Alright, I'll skip. Um, yeah, I don't have any other options here. I guess I'll just, hmm, that's boring though. I don't want to do that. How to use picture in picture exactly. On screen video toggle from the right click menu. Hmm. No, it doesn't work here either. I can press inspect, but that's not what I'm trying to do. Oh, they can exclude it. You retain full control and can override this recommendation. And that include an audio track. When the video is on full screen. Really, this one's 20 seconds though. Okay, you can just hear it, I guess, yeah.
Oh, she Olivia. Jesus Christ.
Okay, so the man is showing him a picture of a young girl.
That was the
There are
second man she ever f***ed in her whole life. Beautiful, big, natural tits. So cute. Man, it hurt her at every moment that I was doing it, but it felt good for me, so who gives a shit?
like, what a piece of shit. These two. Disgusting fucking scumbags.
It's good.
Like, in a just world, you would put these fuckers in a, what do you call those? Spears, right? Spears. They'll be fucking, their body would be pierced by a fucking spear. They'll just be hanging there as a decoration. Maybe not. Maybe they would just be imprisoned.
It's no.
And they, and I hope they will be. They will be. Um. Anyways, anyways. Like, and oh yeah, there's also another interesting thing about this. Um, interesting thing about them is like Candace Owens like invited them to a friendly Twitter talk, whatever the fuck, a Twitter talk, whatever. I don't know what it's called. Anyways, and this Candace Owens, the Wormman, uh, is like invited them. They like invited them to some kind of Jew hating contest or some shit. I call it that, but it's not actually like that. But yeah. And then this Destiny, the liberal political streamer who I follow, wanted to get into the call to like argue against them essentially. And then Candace, this fucking retard, grifting piece of shit, principleless, vermin, worthless piece of shit, Candace says, "Oh no, you guys are sexual. No, no, oh no, Destiny's a sexual deviant. I'm not gonna allow him in here. How is Destiny a sexual deviant? Or you fucking invite the Tate brothers into your talk show, whatever the fuck. You freak. You piece of shit." And then she has these talking points given to her by Kremlin, I assume, talking about Ukraine. It's all so obvious. All these fucking degenerates. Scott Ritter, Candace. Who else? Oh, the Russell Brand retard. All these degenerates. They're all bought and paid for. You know how they talk about the media, the elusive media? Everything they say about this elusive media is 100% a self-projection. It's exactly what they are. Or it's like what they think about media, the elusive quote unquote media, is exactly what they are. Actually, it's not exactly what they are. They're much worse. They're like much worse. Anyways, I'll just go back to, oh shit, yeah, I might get kicked out if I don't. So I'm on Wave 2. Did I get oh yeah, I got the Hellborn one. Nice. I also got Hellfire over here. Not sure which one I should go for. There's a tier list. Hold on. Although I don't really trust that one either because it may not have been updated with the patch. Infernal Horde, Boon, tier list. Exactly. There's a guide on Icy Veins. Oh, helltides.com. Yeah, they have a guide too. So the elite ones are also A tier now. Cool. So they did update it. In that case, I'll probably just go with the 50% faster one. That makes more sense to me. Let me just lay on my chair and also continue the music too. Oh shit, I forgot to. I mean, I didn't forget anything actually. I just couldn't press the button right. Oh Jesus, I almost fucking died. I feel like conservatives would be like up in arms with Epstein if he came out as like a conservative grifter. It's honestly I mean, although they do support like, although the Epstein's best friend is like their fucking messiah, you know, the orange messiah. Do 174, the pedodon. So it's not really surprising. These fuckers are like principleless. They're like they're evil is, although that's an understatement too. They're malicious, they're retarded, but they're also evil, which makes them like worse than just purely being evil. Although that depends, like it really depends. Yeah, someone who's smart and evil could do like significantly more damage. Alright, that's that. Okay, this one's obviously the best one. Okay, these are all awful. I guess I'll pick that one, or yeah. No, I guess I'll go with this one. Yeah, so far I'm not getting good boons, but it's okay. I can still salvage this run. I guess I'll go with this one. Still no good boons, but whatever. Ah, I keep missing! It's annoying. Okay, not bad, I guess. God damn, 1,000,000,000 damage with a basic attack. Although it's not, you know, it doesn't happen all the time. Still pretty good though. I'm gonna turn on some damage numbers, yeah. I think it's in gameplay. You know what? Display both. I'm curious. Yeah, show all of them. I need to see what they look like. At least once, yeah. Okay, these are like beak enemies. I need to get better ones first. Yeah, I can still make it out exactly. Okay, I'm gonna see how it looks on the bosses too. So yeah, this one wasn't the most valuable. Okay, missed it. I'm guessing like the single million ones are just like the Tyrell's Might aspect. You know, the bullseye fire. Oh, both of them are dead at the same time. Nice. Just damage me, thank you. Gaining a barrier grants me like a 25% damage multiplier, which is insane. I have like a 100% barrier uptime as long as the enemies just damage me at least a little bit, you know. And that's it. Yeah, I have way too many stages. I think 3 stacks, and I don't have any use for them, so they're just gonna stay like that. I could sell them, but like, who the fuck buys these anyways? I've seen a few people like looking to buy them, but like, for what? There's way too many of them. You must have some, surely. Oh no, don't open that one. Okay, they're looking for 5. It dropped to 500 million. God. Oh wait, no. Wait, that's actually so 5 million per. Not bad actually. I could sell it for that. 500 million, not that bad for a stack. I mean, I don't have any use for them, so I don't lose anything essentially. Although, like, I remember like in season 4, they were like 35 million, 45 million or so. It was insane. They fell off so hard, yeah, with the Infernal Hordes. Alright, I'll do a few more tweaking here. Terrible. Okay. Did it crash? It may have. Yeah, it did crash, I think. Oh, oh, nice. Finally, it didn't crash. But I can't do anything. Oh, there we go. Alright, time to get some new ones done. I'll play on my mouse and keyboard for a second there. I can do 300, yeah, no issues. I don't exactly have unlimited money now, but it's close. I can still like, no, I can still like do tons of masterworking and not worry about it. Okay, that's not... Alright, I'll try one more and hopefully we get it. Okay, terrible. Sure. Terrible. I could try again, fuck it. This should cost way too many fucking Nephron. I don't think that's gonna be enough now. Let's get 300 out of here. Okay. Skip. I mean, reset, not skip, but yeah. I feel like I should just not bother with this one, but I'll try again. Yep. This could be it. Nope, it's not it. This is not it. I feel like I don't have to crit this one at all. The attack speed. I may not have to, yeah. Maybe I was doing it wrong entirely. But yeah, I'm not sure still. Oh, this is 12-12. Oh, then I guess I need it. We'll have to do a calculation though. Fast one. I guess this is 4.8, right? Yep. And oh shoot, hold on. Let me just clear this. Yeah. Attack speed caps. There's the Warrior's Rapture and Carnage, which is just 56 essentially. What about the normal attack speed here? I'll do another removal. 29.8, 19.8. Hold on. And what else? 10.9 there. Pretty sure there's also 35 in total from other sources. And that's 95. Yeah, that still works, but yeah, not much else to say there. So plus 96.8. So I'm like 2% above the cap, essentially. Would I still be above the cap without a crit to this thing? That's what I'm curious about. I mean, going by the math, right? What was the original value here? I can't even fucking tell. Whatever. I'll do a few more then. There was someone looking for a batch of Stygians. Do people still like want that shit? It's insane to me. Let's look at Diablo trade. Oh yeah, I've probably gotten a few messages from AFK dumb fucks. Oh no, they still haven't responded. Makes sense. Boss materials, Stygian. Are you 15 million each? That's fucking. That's bullshit. Even 5 million was too much for me at least. There's no fucking way people buy this. Oh wait, no, that was 10. Yeah, in that case, yeah, the prices are still not horrible. I could sell it for 12 million or lower than that. 11 million, how about that? Still pretty good. I can't believe there are people buying Stygians still. I'm gonna sell it for 11,900. How about that? Fine, I'll do lower than that. I'll sell a 50 stack. Oh, I can sell more than that actually. What's the selling price for this thing? Yeah. Hmm. I guess none of these sell then? Because like all the sold listings are just like 10 million, essentially. Oh, now we got some more. In that case, yeah, I'll have to reduce my price. Or I could just remove the listing, make a new one. Or I can sell it to someone on the Diablo 4's official Discord, yeah. No one bought my Remoladni yet, which is weird. take a look at sold listings. This one went for 10 billion? There's no fucking way. Alright, sure, I'll list it for a lower price. And I don't have the link copied. Right, right. Where's the Rama, by the way? Where did I put it? It's not this thing. Must be, no, not this one either. Did I even sell it? I may have, but I don't think so. Because I would have had more gold. Yeah, it's right here. It's over here. So take a screenshot of it. Boom. Oh, it didn't capture this thing. Let me just do that. I'll do a 5.5 billion. Yeah, that's a fair price. I feel like, yeah. I'm just gonna delete the listing. Should get some offers. Although I could have gotten a much higher offer if I just accepted that one. The 8.5 billion one. It is what it is. I have a stone. Yeah, bro, everybody fucking has one. Okay, I'll list it here again. Was this on mistake? Because it doesn't make sense. Okay. Okay, I got a request from a Chinese dude instantly. God damn. I'll take call. Buy all. There's two off. Okay, Okay, I got 3 fucking people messaging. Just 4? 50x for, yeah. That's 3. Now it's 5. Okay, what the fuck do I do now? Okay, I get it. Buy all. It's the same guy too. The fuck is going on here? Okay, 11 million each. Fine. Fine. Also, keep getting messages. I keep getting messages. Okay, okay, fine, fine. Crunch. Stop it. Stop fucking sending me this shit. What the fuck is going on? Was 10 million too low? Wait, 10, 11 million would be 11 point. Wait, hold on. Fuck. What's going on over here? Okay. 600 million. Okay, sure. Wait, add it? You know you didn't fucking add me. There's no request. Okay, got the request from someone. Bork. Was that the 600 million guy? Okay. 600 million. So that would be what? That's 12 for each. Damn, okay. All right. I got the eggs right here. I keep stop the fucking messages. This is getting annoying. Thank you. Here, it's yours. Boom. 50 stack. How the fuck is this shit so sought after? Alright, GG's and good luck. Yeah, bro, no problem, no problem. What the fuck is going... Okay, bro, I sold this shit. I sold it. And I got 11 million offers too. Why the fuck was I selling it for that much? Okay, we went for 12. It went for 12 billion, alright? Fuck all of you. This shit went for 12 billion. Sold. It's sold. Went, sold for 12 billion. I got my fucking gold right here. What the fuck was this shit? I know people were just like after this thing. Stygians, like I have way too many of this shit, and I have no use for them either. It's kind of crazy. It's sold. Okay, just stop messaging. God damn. So okay, I guess 10 million each is too low. 12 is better. God damn. That was way too many messages. I could do Warshan on my own, or I could do Rota. I don't care about boss Rotas anymore. My loot is perfect as is. I got a fucking other request. Okay, it's over. I'm not accepting this shit anymore. Zergling, I'm sorry, bro. My request has been denied. Sold. It's sold. God. Oh god. Oh god. I have no idea how this even fucking happened. But why? Why is Stygian so fucking sought after? Am I missing something? You can't spawn bosses with them on their own. You need boss materials for them. And you only need one anyways. That shit's crazy. Okay, I'll do another one then. So the base attack speed was, I believe it was 25, right? So 25, so that's essentially just 25% of 25. Hold on, see. Uh, wait, yeah, this one doesn't work for some reason. Actually, that is kind of significant, but I'm not sure if that's the case. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. Hold on. I could be doing it something like this. Hold on. And oh, so it is correct, right? Yeah, that's a huge increase. A master crit gives you 1.25. Yeah. In that case, I can't really do anything with this. Essentially, it has to be like this. So if I hit it twice, that would have been. That's not really a bad idea then. Wasn't. At least it wasn't a bad idea. Yeah. Well, let's do a few more then. This time with a video, hopefully. Um. So there's a Tiger King debate with Destiny. There's that Sarcasmatron video that I was supposed to watch.
I will end every single international crisis that the
And then, oh god, this guy's such a fucking worm. Opportunist. That was the word I was looking for yesterday. This guy's whole fucking ideology is opportunism for himself too. I mean, obviously that's what opportunism means, but right? That's what it means, right? This is fucking insane, bro. Like, imagine like that many people being behind, not just being behind, worshipping this fucking orange retard like he's a messiah. There's no fucking way this guy did it on himself. There's some like seriously powerful figures behind this fucking orange retard. But anyways, let's just keep watching.
current administration has created Never happened if I was president.
Like, this is the same shit we hear every fucking time from him, but they love it.
Foreign policy anymore.
They wouldn't $50 billion.
Recently, that the conservative movement doesn't really have a foreign policy anymore.
No, they don't have any policy anymore. They don't have a policy. They have nothing. They're essentially a shell company of Kremlin at this point.
It's now been 16 years since any mainstream Republican has held the White House, and almost all of the high-ranking people from the Bush administration have retired. And Trump alienated all the mainstream figures who worked for him the first time. There are just no Republicans with high-level foreign policy experience anymore. All that's left is the fringiest dregs of neoconservatism and the pseudo-isolationism of the Pat Buchanan right. And you could say, well, Trumpism is the foreign policy of the Republicans now, and it doesn't matter if it meets your personal definition of expertise. Who's to say Hulk Hogan can't be Deputy Secretary of Defense for Middle Eastern and North African Affairs? He defeated the Iron Sheik. But what is Trumpism?
I think a lot of people in the media have been saying, oh, we're making plans for the second term. I think our plans include Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. I've been telling my European friends where I travel that are concerned, what does the second Trump administration look like? I've been pretty blunt to say it looks just like the first administration.
The main ideas seem to be total autarky, punishing all of our allies, and just kind of hoping Donald Trump's toughness vibes will deter China from invading Taiwan.
When Barack Obama was president, Vladimir Putin invaded Crimea. With Joe Biden as president, Putin invaded all of Ukraine. But when
Nikki Haley is fine, but like, God,
did nothing.
Russia invaded Ukraine under both Obama and Biden. But Putin did not dare escalate under President Trump.
That's specious reasoning, Dad.
Thank you, honey.
God. Like, at least they acknowledge it as bad, because there's a huge conservatard movement that suck up to Putin too. Yeah, Nikki Haley isn't the worst, I guess, but like, damn. Even she had to bow down to the fucking orange retard. Right, Shakir? We come over, Kushu. He's sleepy. Yes, he's a bit sleepy. Oh, my bird is sleepy. My parrot, cockatiel. Okay, I'll do another one.
By your logic, I could claim that this rock keeps tigers away.
Oh, how does it work?
I don't see any tigers around here, do you?
Lisa, I want to buy your rock.
And he has no backbench to fill in the gaps. The think tanks that were willing to hold their nose and give him a chance in 2016 have run away from him. All except the Heritage Foundation, the think tank that is now infamous for its creation of Project 2025, but even they gutted their foreign policy team because none of their old foreign policy experts wanted anything to do with Trump. The main foreign policy idea on their website now is a white paper about the Chinese using American surrogate mothers to create an army of Chinese sleeper agents with American citizenship. Even Project 2025 itself punts on most issues, except Israel, China, and maybe an invasion of Mexico. What this means is that the entire spectrum of American foreign policy expertise now basically resides under or at least near the Democratic Party umbrella. And at the same time, a lot of the old issues that people used to rally around aren't really relevant anymore. That has made the foreign policy world even more out of touch with voters, who aren't just becoming more partisan, but are also increasingly inhabiting completely different worlds thanks to partisan media. And there's no place where that problem is worse than foreign policy.
Okay, let's just not two-sides this issue. Like, the media is mostly just either like how do you handling Trump with like kid glows, or like literally praising him as some kind of god. There's just two options for Trump there, and he like any type of criticism, Trump just cries over it essentially, and that's why like they have to pander to him, the media, quote unquote the media. The left media wants to destroy me, bro. The left media handles you with kid glows. The left, quote unquote, the left. The radical left media literally gives you so much credibility. It's insanity. What should happen is this guy should be humiliated beyond recognition, and he should rope max himself. Like he should be pushed towards rope maxing himself. That's all I'm saying. All right, that's what should have happened. This this worthless fucking idiot, Trump. I'm talking about obviously. This orange fucking retard should have been humiliated until he killed himself. Clearly, that's the only way to save America, essentially. Oh, there's a shop notification. Hold on, what is that?
Let us consider the cards once
Oh, free gifts. Nice. Ooh. Oh, a mace, huh? A nice looking mace too. Sure. Fuck it.
it calls to you.
Thank you. I'm gonna continue shopping. Fuck it.
Interesting choice.
Oh, this looks very nice. Damn. That should cost, like, these skins just cost way too fucking much. But I got a mace skin now. Nice. Mace transmog, I guess is what they're called. Alright, so where's the wardrobe thing? Oh, it's kind of far away, actually.
You can't be serious, Tomiris. Morgan's folly.
Why the fuck is there a wardrobe in the open right there?
Going back is. This isn't like before. This isn't for the fort, for Akarat. Surely you understand that.
Okay, they should all be blue colors then, yeah. Or at least close to the aesthetic. This looks close enough to the main weapon, the main mace. So I got 2 Ezra hand weapons now. Nice. Meh. Oh, this one looks nice actually. It kind of looks nice, but not that nice, I would say. I guess I'll just keep going with this one, yeah. But when it comes to the boot, what do I pick? I guess the Huntress boot is pretty cool. Yeah.
Wanderer.
Trash. Wait, what is this? Oh. Eh. Mediocre.
policy, where people have no personal experience to measure against the media they consume. Fortunately, there is something you can do about that last problem. Ground News is a website and app developed.
Okay, Ground News, stop it. I'll look into it. All right. I'll check you out, Ground News. But
the outlets are in the center, and the rest are either.
Stop following me, all right?
So easily compare headlines. So that newsworthy still use trying and wonder out what the other side is panicking about now.
I had a Diet Mountain Dew yesterday, and one today. I'm sure they're going to call that racist too.
So you can imagine how much
the delivery is so bad too.
Video description to subscribe to today. If
I didn't know the delivery was that bad.
If you sign up through my link, you'll sponsor back to our foreign now less policy elite. With one party now completely withdrawn from the debate, foreign policy is now less polarized than it was at any point since the Vietnam War. The result of this complete depolarization of foreign policy expertise is that it's increasingly hard to just put people in the old simple categories and predict what they'll do based on that. The neoconservative movement is split between the minority that actually believed in democracy and the majority that was just in it for the dead brown people. The institutions that liberal internationalists wanted to invest in are all discredited. Realists can't agree on whether or not appeasing Russia will reduce Russian aggression, and the anti-imperialist left is hopelessly divided on the question of whether or not imperialism is bad. To predict now what someone will do, you have to tease out not just their basic worldview and affiliations, but their idiosyncratic...
The so-called anti-imperialists. They're always the worst imperialists there is.
With Kamala, that challenge gets even harder because she's left no real record behind to examine. She had no meaningful foreign policy record in the Senate, her 2020 campaign website didn't even have a foreign policy section, and you can only get insight into what she thought about Biden's foreign policy in the scant few times the Biden White House ever leaks to the press. So that leaves looking through the paper trail of her two main foreign policy advisors, her national security advisor and her deputy national security advisor, Philip Gordon and Rebecca Friedman Listner, respectively. Gordon was a think tanker who served as Deputy Secretary of State for Eastern Europe during the Russia reset and then Deputy Secretary for the Middle East during Syria. Both experiences leaving him greatly disillusioned with American power and what it can achieve. Just before joining the Biden administration, he wrote a book about how regime change in the Middle East is basically always a disaster. Rebecca Friedman Listner is a professor at the Naval War College who specializes in grand strategy, and who has written a book about how to reorganize the world order now that the traditional liberal international order is no longer viable. Insofar as these categories still matter, they're both basically defensive neorealists, pretending to be liberal internationalists, not unlike Obama. Both have written books about how America needs to stop intervening in the Middle East. And they basically both want to reorient foreign policy around outcompeting China. But what does that really tell us about how they'll handle the specific issues, let alone an unforeseen crisis? I suspect if we want to be able to predict what they're going to do, it might be more useful to look at the circumstances in which they're going to have to work, rather than their internal beliefs. Ukraine is an issue in which there is very little dissent in the establishment about what to do in the broad strokes. Well, there is a little dissent.
There is, yeah.
Senator Vance in the past also say that he doesn't really care what happens in Ukraine one way or another. Is that the official Republican stance right now?
First of all, I don't think JD has ever said, I don't care what happens in Ukraine.
And I think he did say something along the lines of, I don't really care what happens in Ukraine one way or the other, but please.
Well, and talking about funding, but not the people. I mean, he's a very kind person.
But even among people who agree that Ukraine must win, minor tactical differences have blown up in importance. Namely on the question of what weapons to give Ukraine and when. And with the White House so tight-lipped about the issue, people have been filling in the gaps with rumors and speculation. A theory has gotten popular that says Biden's national security advisor, Jake Sullivan, has convinced Biden not to give Ukraine the weapons that would allow Ukraine to win the war in fairly quick order because he's worried that if Russia loses precipitously, Russia will hit back with nuclear retaliation. So there's been some excitement in a certain canine corner of the internet that Sullivan will be replaced with someone more hawkish. The problem is that this theory is almost certainly bogus. There's no evidence that Sullivan has been the one pushing back on sending better weapons to Ukraine. And in the few times journalists have gotten people in the White House to talk, they've mostly pointed the finger at Lloyd Austin and the Joint Chiefs of Staff. And that would track, because that kind of conservatism is now deeply embedded in the culture of the Pentagon, and not so much in the culture of the NSC or the State Department. As far as I can tell, the rumor that Sullivan is the problem was started by writers who had a previously existing beef with Sullivan for reasons too dumb and complicated to explain, and that rumor started getting parroted by NAFO accounts on Twitter who will repeat any rumor for clicks, and then it got picked up by congressional Republicans to deflect attention away from the fact that congressional Republicans were the ones holding up $100 billion in aid money.
Yeah.
It really is quite an astonishing example of a fact just sort of being
Not all of them,
instantiated by people
like
repeating it over and over again on social media with no evidence. There's a misapprehension here on why the White House has held back, because the reason is different for different weapons and at different times, and only a bit of the holdback is about escalation management. For instance, in the early part of the war, the White House didn't want to send advanced weapons because they were working off the assumption that Ukraine would lose, and therefore anything they gave the Ukrainians would get captured. So for instance, a Patriot missile battery would immediately fall into Russian hands, and then the Russians would be able to reverse engineer it. Later, for most ordinary offensive weapons, like say the M1 Abrams, the real reason for America's reticence was not a fear of Russia, but an underestimation. The White House assumed that if Russia took enough casualties, it would give in and sign an agreement to withdraw back to at least the February 21st line. Remember, they gave up on Afghanistan after only 12,000 casualties. It's only after casualties ran up into the six figures with no interruption in domestic peace inside Russia that the Pentagon realized Ukraine might need to win by an offensive rather than by running the clock out. And the Pentagon doesn't know how to arm Ukraine for a successful offensive against Russia without giving Ukraine access to the family jewels of American power, like, say, the F-35. There was no fear that sending F-16s and M1s to the front line would trigger escalation from...
Yeah, fuck the escalation arguments, bro. Send the F-35. Okay, I got an offer for 5.5 billion. Okay. Okay, I got 2 offers now for Dramalatni's magnum opus. It's pretty good. Okay, I got 2 requests now. I'll just wait for a message, I guess, and just continue doing the horde. One more wave, come on.
Putin, but a fear that they wouldn't change anything at all. And so, why not spend money elsewhere? When it comes to the ATACMS, however, the White House's decision is about escalation. The ATACMS, after all, are ballistic missiles, not regular rockets that just happen to go further. Though it's important to clarify here what escalation refers to. In this case, what the White House is worried about isn't Ukraine being too aggressive and triggering an immediate nuclear response, but the perception in the Kremlin that America is directly involved, justifying a direct conventional attack on NATO infrastructure in a NATO country, an attack NATO would then have to respond to, possibly snowballing into something bigger. Their estimation of what the Kremlin will do isn't driven by credulously believing what Putin says, but rather strategic empathy. They simply ask themselves, well, if America was at war with Mexico and someone was supplying them with ballistic missiles that were now raining down on downtown Los Angeles, we would probably take the risk of shooting at the supplier. Still, as Ukraine's situation started to look bleaker, people's appetite for risk started to increase. And more people in Biden's White House are willing to take the risk that comes with shooting American ballistic missiles directly into Russia. So who's been the holdout? Well, by most accounts, the person who is standing firm the most is the president himself, not Sullivan. So a change between national security advisors probably won't change much on ATACMS. But a change of presidents might. But no one has leaked even a peep about what side of the fight Kamala is on. Though we know she's in the rooms where this argument is being held, she doesn't say much. I have a gut feeling that Kamala's instinct will be to take on more risk because experience tends to make presidents more risk-averse and more, but ultimately it'll come down to who wins the argument in the Situation Room after she's elected, between a reticent Department of Defense and a more hawkish State Department. And those fights tend to be issues of personality as much as policy. Forget whatever you've read about Middle East strategy. America's unwillingness to confront Israel is about domestic politics. Confronting Israel costs you donors, it costs you voters, it costs you bad press, and every president knows it. Every Israeli prime minister knows it. But there are ways to pressure Israel that won't trigger a big voter backlash. For instance, you can throttle aid deliveries unannounced and have them mysteriously speed up again after the Israelis do what you ask. Biden has allegedly already tried this, but to what effect it's hard to say. Kamala, for her part, is clearly more sympathetic to Palestinians than Biden, but whether that will translate to different policy is hard to say. Real change in Israel policy requires a change in Congress. They set the aid budget. The president does have the power to temporarily cut off aid on human rights grounds through the Leahy Act, but any president would be immediately overruled by Congress and lose all their leverage over Israel when it comes to shaping the long-term post-war settlement. Even though at this point that leverage is so meager, it's hard to know if it's worth it. Philip Gordon's record on Israel is promising. He came out against the decision to move the embassy to Jerusalem and predicted that just ignoring the Gaza situation would eventually lead to an explosion, not unlike what actually happened. But, as I said earlier, his first commitment is to non-interventionism. And while non-interventionism sounds dovish, there's nothing comforting about having advisors who want to be less involved in the Middle East. In practice, isolationism in the Middle East always means giving the Israelis a blank check and hoping the next explosion goes off after you've left office, since politically that's the path of least resistance. Remember, it's Congress that gives Israel aid. Trying to decouple from Israel means a fight with them. So it's only presidents who really want to meddle in the Middle East that are willing to spend the political capital to put pressure on Israel to negotiate. What that ultimately means is that any change in Israel policy is going to come downstream of a change in the big picture situation in the Middle East, particularly when it comes to America's relationship with
Iran was broke. Iran had no money. Now Iran has $250 billion. They made it all over the last 2.5 years. They were broke.
Iran remains the one country where the traditional conservative-liberal divide has basically survived completely intact. Liberals want to play footsie with the regime moderates and cut a deal. Conservatives want to say, oh, you believe in the JCPOA? That pales in effectiveness to my strategy, doing regime change in Iran, and then not do regime change in Iran. Philip Gordon wasn't one of the main architects of the Iran deal,
that's a
but he
Terminal
was by
9
far
meme,
its
bro.
most vocal defender during the Trump presidency. But that won't necessarily translate into a return to the old deal. When Biden first took over, it was assumed he would follow in Obama's footsteps and re-enter the deal. But by that point, the usual misconnections pattern of Iranian-American relations had intervened. When the moderates were in charge of Iran, America had elected Trump. And when America elected Biden, Iran elected Ebrahim Raisi, the hardline hanging judge. But this time, if Harris wins, her presidency will coincide with the presidency of a moderate again, and one with a popular mandate to make a deal with the Americans, or whatever that's still worth in the Iranian system. But the politics for doing a deal so soon after the brutal crackdown on protesters in 2022, and the October 7th attack, which, fairly or not, Iran is going to be held responsible for, will be difficult. A new comprehensive nuclear deal is probably out of the question either way. Trump's decision to withdraw destroyed America's leverage by splitting the coalition of countries that are meant to maintain the sanctions on Iran. But there are still possible deals to be had on other issues, like Ukraine, Hamas, or the Houthis. Given that, the real question would be something like this. Is a deal to get, for example, the Iranians to distance themselves from Russia and their war in Ukraine worth the grief it would cause from Israel and Saudi Arabia and their incredibly powerful Washington lobbies? Or will America take the easy way out and buy them off by cementing the Israeli-Saudi relationship with more bribes, even though that will necessarily mean getting ourselves more involved with the region in general? The latter option, which is more likely, doesn't have to be bad, but if the Harris White House does take that path, they will either have to get serious about pressuring Israel back into a withdrawal agreement process, or find themselves in the exact same situation they were in on October 8th, 2023. And speaking of pivots, the spectrum of opinion on China in American foreign policy now stretches from slightly paranoid hostility to a psychotic conspiracy theory-tinged hysteria. What divides Trump world from the mainstream is not so much a belief that America will have to go to war with China, but rather a divide between people who think America will have to fight